Hello everyone, I am Chandra here, Chaitanya's Python support. So we are on week test 05, the requirement discussion video. So in this video we are going to discuss what is the input and what is the output we need to generate it, and each and everything we are going to discuss it. Okay, and at last of this document we also have the requirement explanation video. It is already available in our channel. Just go through this particular link and understand the requirement and start working on this particular mini project. So now we'll start going through this each and every point of this requirement document. So here the first point is, so you are given a Python program that reads the CSV file. The file name is called the employee data.csv, and you must read a file and understand the CSV file so that the all below questionnaires easily answered. So the input file contains various columns. So all these are all the column names. We just mentioned it here. The employee ID and the first name. The employee ID is the unique ID. It is the unique different from each and every employee. And the first name, last name, and the start date. The start date is nothing but the employee, the joining date, and exit date is nothing but the employee last date of an organization, and the title is nothing but the employee, the role, the it will just define the role of an employee, and the supervisor for an employee, and email ID, business unit, and all these are the columns, and each and every column I just written in detail here. Okay, so now directly I am jumping into this the questionnaires. So here the some of the brief information like the read CSV file, so process the data and provide various functions to analyze the employee data information. Okay, so in that the first question is the data quality check. So in these questions what we have, load the data set and perform the initial quality check by identifying and handling the missing values and checking for the duplicates. So as a data engineer, as soon as we received the CSV file, this is the first step we need to perform it. So we need to find the missing values, we need to identify any duplicates, and we need to drop some of the data with with respect to some columns. So here is the employee ID, start date, and employee status. So we need to take care of these particular columns. So this is what the first question. And the second question is the average tenure of an employee. So we need to calculate the average tenure of an employee. So the tenure, how we are going to calculate the tenure? The exit date. So from this particular date, we need to remove it the start date, so that we will be getting it as a total tenure. And here, if any case the exit date is empty, it is missing, the value is not there. In that case, we need to consider it as the current date as the exit date. So this is what the second question. So now the third question is, this is the common question. So we need to find the mean, median, and the standard deviation. Okay. And the fourth question is the compute the average current employee rating for each department type and identify the department with the highest average rating. Okay. So this is what the fourth question. And the fifth question is the calculate the number of employee who exited the company. Okay, and for each termination type we need to take the exit date as an input, and we need to find it the employee who is exited in the company, and we need to analyze the reason as well with the with the help of this particular the termination description column. Okay, and the sixth question is, so how many male and female employees are there according to the column name is called as gender column. So we need to identify the male and female. Okay, and the next one is what percentage they belongs to with respect to this race desk column. The race desk column is defines the appearance of an employee. Okay, And the seventh question is, so calculate the average performance score for each business unit and display the top three business units with the highest average performance score. So we need to calculate the performance score of business unit, each business unit, and among that we need to identify top three business units, the highest average performance score of top three business units. And the eighth question is, identify the number of current versus terminated employees by analyzing the call employee status column. So the employee status is the input column. So with this particular column, we need to identify the number of current and terminated employees. And next, the ninth question is, so compute the total number of employees and average performance score for each department type. So we need to find it the performance score of an employee. So with respect to department type. This is what the ninth question. And the tenth question is the calculate the performance score analyzing by job functional description and page zone. So for the tenth question, the job function description and the page zone are our inputs. So with this, we need to calculate the performance score. Okay. And the next 11th question is the analyze the average performance score of employees under each supervisor. So we need to find out the supervisor is our input. So we need to find out the performance score, the average performance score. From that, the top five supervisors based upon the average performance score. Top five supervisor we need to identify. This is what the 11th question. And the 12th question is to find the marital status of employees. So based on the column, the marital desk column. So this is our input column. So with this, we need to find out the marital status of an employees. And along with this, we need to calculate the percentage of each category. Okay. And the 13th question, the calculate the age of an employees. So using the column name is called a DOB. DOB is one of the column in our data. So with this particular column, we need to identify the age of an employees and determine the percentage of employee in each group. Along with that, we also need to calculate the percentage of age groups in 10-year intervals. Okay, this is what the 13th question. And the 14th question is analyze the average performance score by the location code to identify the locations with the highest and lowest average scores. We need to find out the performance score of with respect to the location code, and among that the highest and the lowest average scores we need to find it out. So this is what all 14 questions we have, and all these are all the inputs. So from the file, what are all these particular columns are represents. So in detail, I just described it in this document. You can just go through this particular document and start working on it. And if you have any queries, as a first step, you just go through this particular YouTube link. Still, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Okay. And wish you very all the best for your week test. So thank you.